Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tosh Customs. I am here today with a very fun video, something I'm excited about. The Mezco Rumble Society exclusive Hawk P-40. He's some kind of shark robot airplane-based dude, and honestly, I don't care about the Rumble Society stuff, but I buy them on occasion because I see potential for parts and other customs. So since I'm probably going to use this guy for other stuff, I figure might as well make a video out of it, unbox it with you. As you can see, he is still in the wrap and everything. I got this guy in this afternoon, so I haven't touched him. I have saved it and waited to do it with you guys. Also, I'm finally back. Yay, there hasn't been a YouTube video or an Instagram post in a while. If you don't know, I got my appendix taken out. And so I was dealing with all that and recovery and stuff like that. So I'm finally at a place where I think I can work again and film stuff again. So it's perfect timing that he came in today. Without further ado, I'm going to crack him open. I'm just going to pause the video and cut, and you guys will see him when he's all out of the box. So directly out of the box, he comes with 3 trays here. We have the stand, you know, the little accessory bag, all that, that's cool. And then he also comes with all his accessories, his rocket launcher, his giant gun, some of the blast effects, and then the front one, which is his head, hands, and some other accessories. So that's what it looks like out of the box. Also in front, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room, I need to move some of this off to the side, but he has this really, really cool little cardboard art deco, kind of golden age, silver age, box art, which I think is super, super cool. I think it looks great. It's the same artwork that is on the stand, so I dig that. Once again, I'm going to be basically scrapping him for parts, but I appreciate the detail. I also like how heavy duty these Rumble Society boxes are. They have a magnet on the front, you can hear it, which is awesome, and they do like this really nice gold foil. So, you know, for the price point, at the very least, you're getting a really, really cool box. And you know, I appreciate the effort. It's unfortunate that they only put that effort in for their exclusives, which have no like real mainline, I guess, ties. I think it would be great. I'm actually just going to put this one off to the side. You guys I don't care about the stand. I wish they put more effort in, like that, into some of their more licensed exclusives. I think that would be cool. Let's start with accessories. Let's crack this guy open and take a look. Get all 4 tabs off. I'm trying to be gentle, but these things don't want to cooperate. All right. 1 plate's off. Toss it to the side. Let's get this one off. I don't know if it's all Mezco boxes, but these definitely have some grip to it. Maybe I should just cut this out of the video. I don't know. I'm not one for editing, and you guys know that. Alrighty, it's cracked open. So let's take the figure out and see how he is. This guy's tall. This guy definitely feels like a bigger sized Mezco. And these boots are pretty interesting too. Look at this. He has like this kind of leather covering, but it's off at an angle. So it's almost like the boot. Yeah, look, this is all one piece here. So the boot comes over and he has like these little straps that he buckles into, I guess. He doesn't even protect his laces. I don't know what it's here for. Looks cool though. He has a very, very World War II bomber aesthetic. He's got some kind of flight pin logo printed on there. I dig. Interesting design. They went with a digital camo, and there's like these little Space Invaders. There's a little one right there. I don't know. I don't see any others though. So there's at least one little Space Invaders guy on the pants. Yeah, I don't see any other ones. Oh, there's one right on the butt cheek. Look at that. So yeah, interesting pattern to go for the pants, especially since they're very clearly running with this more kind of, maybe not steampunk, maybe it would be atom punk or diesel punk kind of look. Feels a little bit World War II inspired, a little futuristic. So the digital camo is an interesting choice for that. I love the sculpt in these boots. I know we're coming back to it, but look at that texture on it. I think that's super, super nice. Once again, I'm not a big Rumble Society fanboy. I really don't like that they make 1,000 Gomez figures, which is why I was excited for this guy. I was like, we're finally getting something unique. The belt, upon opening, is tucked a little bit up. And because there's a white shirt here, you can see the chest portholes underneath. So that this body is either a reuse or they're planning to use it for other things because they incorporated the chest hole. Yeah, you can see them right there. You see those darker spots right there. That's usually like plug in a bat symbol or something like that. So I can't tell from under all of this if this body has been reused before. We'll get to size comparisons later and maybe see if he stands up to some other, larger Mezco figures. He's got a little propeller belt. That's cool. He's got this, fur interior design lining, I guess, for the suit jacket. That's cool. I like that they left this part, I guess, not lined because that matches perfectly with the bend of the jacket. So he's not getting stuffed up. They left that empty so that it would fold properly. So good attention to detail on them for that. They could have easily just lined the whole thing and he would be kind of puffy. I will say I don't like how this jacket is kind of folding over. All the pictures made the jacket look a little bit tighter, but this one at least seems pretty big. I also noticed that the Mezco arm joints are different. These are a different configuration from the normal ones, the normal engineering. So I wonder if internally it's different or they've just changed out how they do the hinges. But either way, he gets double jointed elbows right there. I'm digging this silver plastic. It's got a good shine to it overall, considering it doesn't look painted, it's just molded, if the camera will focus. They have some gold, some red, a little bit of bleed over into the red bolt right there. So that's unfortunate, especially when you're paying at like the $95 price point plus shipping, so you're more looking at like 100 something. That's a little bit unfortunate. But I like all these tubes and stuff. There's just a lot of bolts, a lot of pistons. From the initial images, I wasn't sure how kind of futuristic or mechanical these arms would be, just because you can't really tell from those promo shots sometimes. But these look very, very mechanical in hand. There's a lot of scratches. I really, really like that. Opening the jacket back up, he's got like this little collar piece, whatever, and then we have his head. So yeah, I mean, that's an overview of the figure. I also love these hands. Look, he's got like these gold rings around with a bolt there, which is super cool. So that, that's the brace for the joint, in a way, the wrist joint. And then, yeah, overall good paint as far as I can tell. So bravo on them. Unlike, if you've seen my Darkest Dawn Batman review, you'd remember that I talked about paint inconsistency. And as far as I can tell, all the gold lines up around the suit, all the red lines up. So that's good. Paint consistency is a plus. I shouldn't have to say that, but it is. So that's solid. This belt keeps on coming up for some reason. Like it wants to sit way above the pants, like on his stomach. And I don't know if that's because of the way the jacket is configured, but this belt is also very, like, kind of loose. Like even around the pants, it shifts around a lot, which is good for it doesn't even matter. I was going to say it was going to be good for kicking up, but if the belt doesn't even sit low enough, like the legs come out perfectly fine and they don't even hit the belt. So you don't even need this much gap here. It's very, very loose. But that is what it is. It's not a big gripe. You can just pose it and fix it up. This vest still feels big. In a weird way, I almost want to say it feels off-brand for how big it is. Also, I just noticed this. These shoulder pads are on a hinge right here, which is cool. The hinge doesn't come perfectly out. If you see it right here, as I'm moving it, I'm noticing that it kind of scrapes. You can see it right there. It scrapes right up against the arm. So thankfully this is all molded plastic right here, but if anything was painted, it would probably get some paint rub. But it is smart that they did that, because originally I thought this was going to be all one piece up here, and it was just going to kind of squeeze up on the, I guess, this flight jacket thing. But it actually, as you can see, you can tuck it in, and it bends up and out. So good engineering on their part for that. I applaud Mezco for doing that. And as far as I can tell, it has some pretty good grip. It's not flopping out. Granted, this is new out of the box, as you've seen, but impressive. Head doesn't have too much grip on it, which is good. Some heads get kind of difficult to take off. That one, nice soft joint. Bravo to them on that. I know you're supposed to plug in like ports to the back of his head and plug it into his machine gun. That makes no sense to me. I don't know why you'd do that, but yeah, I don't understand the function of that. We'll talk about that later. But I love this hammerhead design for the helmet. I really, really dig that. You know, kind of a winged shape. As I said, he's airplane. He's kind of modeled after an airplane. We saw an airplane in the promo for this guy. And I actually looked it up, and Hawk P-40, I think, is also the name of an old World War II plane. So that's pretty cool. I'm also noticing that these ankles, they have good back and forth, but they're kind of stiff side to side. I'm sure if you just work that a little bit more, they'll be better, but they're a little stiff. All the other joints feel solid, though. Ooh, that bicep swivel. Okay, I'm not sure if it's okay, this one swivels fine. This one doesn't want to move. I don't want to break it. I think I might need to heat that up. It might just be sticking. But like this one, you see how it keeps on returning back to its place? Look at this one. Boom. So this one has a working swivel. This one's tight for some reason. So beware of that if you're still opening yours or if you haven't opened yours yet. Okay, cool. Out of the way, moving on to his other hands. He's got some open splayed out hands. I love these 3 fingers. I'm glad they didn't make him too human, but he just has this gigantic middle finger. I think that's kind of fun. A little bit cartoony, but you know, this whole guy's cartoony. He has a shark head, and he's named after a plane. So very cool. I like it. I like it. We don't need to look at all the hands, but we have them. I mean, this is, you know, you guys are basically watching me unpack him, and all the stuff I'm saying out loud is what I'd be saying in my head. This hand doesn't want to come out. There we go. He's got these like semi-gripping hands. So he's got kind of like open expressive ones, and then he's got like these half gripping ones. I don't know what you'd use these for. I don't know what you'd use either of these for, honestly. But the ones that I really, really do care about, we have the... Oh wait, this is a fist. Wait, what is he supposed to hold on to his stuff with? I'm so confused. Did I get it packing? Okay, am I dumb, or is he supposed to have 2 closed hands here? Like 2 gripping hands. I have 1 gripping hand here, and I have a closed fist. And then I have 2 closed fists on the figure. Okay, yeah, that's definitely, they definitely packed that wrong. I'm gonna have to talk to Mezco about that. Okay, 2 QA things. Bleed over, double packed hand. That's cool. I mean, at least they got it for the right side, you know. But, okay. That sucks. I don't know how... Is Mezco customer service any good? I don't know. We have dog tags here, which I think is super cool. I'm not going to pull them out of the baggie right now because it looks like I'm going to have to cut it. Oh, wait, no, I don't have to cut it. I can just drop it out. Very cool. I dig. I dig that. I dig that. I like the detail. I can't tell if anything's written on it. No, there is something written on it. Wow, look how tiny that engraving is. Well, Randolph Bryan. Then what's on the other one? Both of them have Randolph Bryan. And then on the other side, it looks like a Rumble Society logo. So I guess that was Hawk's name in a previous life, before he was a robot shark. Or maybe it was a fallen brother-in-arms. That's kind of cool. I like that. I appreciate that attention to detail. They could have just given us metal plates. He has what I think is described on the product package as a radio. Let me look at the belt. I don't think... Yeah, his belt doesn't store anything besides his wrench, which is the little tab right here. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. I guess he holds it in the wide hand? No, the wide hand's too wide. Like, yeah, this doesn't want to sit very well. I guess I can kind of wedge it between his thumb and his pointer finger. Kind of works. Okay, he's got a radio. That's hype. Not that he needs to call for help. And then we get this, which I think is super unique. There's a tank head here. I think the jaw's supposed to be movable, right? Or the jaw's on gears or something. Okay, the jaw is on articulated gears. As you can see it, like, watch these on the side. They move. So that's cool. It's a little tight at first, but it works. I don't know what you use it for, but that's super. I just think it's unique. I think it's fun just because they were creative with it. For if for nothing else, it's a very, very... Oh, there's a port here. Ah, there you go. Okay. I don't know why these are two separate pieces then. I guess it makes packaging easier. But yes, a very creative head design at the very least. And I like that there are articulated gears. Yeah, this one up front spins. So, I think I broke it because I spun one. Let's realign those. There we go. Now mine's clicking a little bit. Okay, so don't force the gears, only move the gears with the jaw. They're lined up for a reason. But yeah, cool. Let's put it on him since we're here. A little bit of resistance on that. I think it's on. This one didn't have as much of a satisfying pop, but it looks like it's on. So we get cool tank head. I do dig that. Yeah, that one, you see, so this head, you see how there's that ring of plastic? That's a soft plastic. So that the joint just slides in nicely and pops out nicely. This is all hard plastic here. And that's what I was talking about, how some heads are harder to take on and off, I didn't intend that to happen, but, the example just happened to come out because they didn't do a plastic ring here. Or the softer plastic ring, I should say. So, unfortunate opportunity missed, maybe. We have a wrench here, and I believe it's a very, very rusty old wrench. If he doesn't kill you with it, you'll get, like, tetanus. Or whatever you need to get a tetanus shot, I guess. It's cool. I think this is like the same type of wrench that I think it was the Pink Skulls came with. I don't own the Pink Skulls, so I can't say, but I think they came with wrenches. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a model that got brought over. With the one gripping hand I own, I'm bitter about that. Fits in there relatively nicely. Yeah, you can wedge it in there. Very nice, cool. He holds a wrench. I don't know why they made his wrench his primary weapon. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. Because he also has a combat knife, which is the same one that came with Cable. It's repainted. I think it's black, whereas Cable's was blue. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know why they gave him wrench storage on his belt, and this dude has no knife storage. That blows my mind. But yeah, he holds the knife. If it wedges in the hand well. Cool. I like this knife. I like the style of knife. It's too bad there's no sheath for it. And then he also comes with 3 of these grenades. They're painted silver with, it looks like, yeah, silver with a gold pin, and I don't know what this is called. I don't know what the handle's called, but yeah, with the gold pin. I think it would, I like the gold. I think all things, considering his color scheme, it would be nicer if these weren't silver, but probably painted a military green, more like the normal pineapple grenades, these frags. That would have been a little bit nicer. But, I guess it's less work for them. They just cast it in silver and then just run some gold over the pin and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. It's fine. Not a big gripe. They're grenades, Once again, he doesn't really have much storage. I guess you can probably, let's see if you can slide one onto the belt here. I'm afraid this belt is very thick. Okay, I don't feel comfortable with doing it because the little handle parts are very, very thin, as you can see, and this belt is very, very thick. So I'm not going to force that. I don't want to break any of my grenades. That's all right. He also has this rocket launcher. I think the last time we saw something like this, it came with Deadpool. I think it was the PX Deadpool, and maybe also a couple of the Punisher figures they made a while back. So we probably haven't seen this rocket launcher in a hot minute. I think they added, I don't think the old ones had this, so it looks like they've added a blast port here, or for like the little effects. Also the tank head also has a hole for the effect. So that is cool. I don't believe they had that before. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, at the very least, they innovated a little bit, I would assume. So that's nice that we're not just getting, you know, a recast, but they did do a little bit of remodeling on it. It's hollow, I think, and it's got this nice, it's not even gunmetal really. It's black with a ton of dry brush silver. But if this makes sense at all, it has a very, very glossy feeling to it. It doesn't have a rugged look. It has sort of a foily sheen to it in hand. And I don't know how that translates on camera, but like, as you can see here, the dry brush doesn't look like, I think the black under it, because it's casted in like a black plastic. Okay, yeah. Here, look at this. What's it better? Okay, so if you look at this black right here has no silver on it. It reflects the light. It's a little bit shiny already. So when you put silver, like it's a very plasticky, cheap plastic color. It's not like a matte black plastic, or they didn't paint it with a matte black. So then when you put this kind of silver dry brush wash over it, you still get that undertone plastic shine, which is why this doesn't look hard, but it looks a little cheap. And I figured, you know, I was trying to put my finger on why it looked a little odd, but that's why. The plastic they used is naturally a little bit shiny and a little bit reflective because it has that, you know, it's not premium plastic, so it doesn't have that matte look. It's that little bit of that cheaper hollow plastic. So when you have that silver, that gloss, that sheen comes through. Minor details at the end of the day, but, you know, you didn't come here to not hear my opinion, I guess. We have this huge, gigantic minigun here. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. I was about to say it's not articulated. It is articulated. Look at that. Very fun. So you can spin it, I guess, for the stop motions. Once again, like we talked about before, he's got these 2 ports on the back of his head that you can plug tubes into, and you plug them into the gun. Once again, makes no sense. Don't know why they have that, but that's a thing. Someone messaged me on Instagram and said that the handle doesn't move very well, so I should be careful with it. He said he broke his. Mine seems to be working perfectly fine, so that's good. Very cool. Some of these ports, there's a little bit of plastic. It's still kind of on the front there. I think I chipped some of the paint as I tried to pull it away. So, you know, that's a thing. Not a big deal to me, honestly. This gun, honestly, would look better. Like, he's supposed to hold it, you know, under his arm here. You know, he's supposed to just kind of bend his arm up, got this gigantic cannon, and just mow people down. I think he would look much cooler with this over the shoulder. It would even be cooler if it was two-handed. You know, a giant, oversized minigun on 2 hands. That would even look better. I'm not a fan of this one-arm thing because it makes him super unbalanced. You know, just, I mean, not even talking about like weight in terms of design, but just weight in terms of actual functionality. This would be, oh, this grips the arm super, super nice. I like that. That holds very nicely as is. And thankfully, you know, this is all casted silver, so there's not going to be any paint scratching, or there shouldn't be. But yeah, just not very functional. Kind of doesn't make sense. But it's whatever. It's a cool big gun. Cool big guns make big noise. He comes with these 2 ammo belts. I like that you can see the rounds inside of them. These don't look like very realistic rounds, but, you know, this whole guy's kind of cartoony. He's got these big, like, kind of curved banana clip type look. And these just, I assume, they're supposed to just port right down. I assume they're supposed to go flush, but these, yeah, there's this plastic chunk right here. You can see that it comes out off the top there. And that is not reflected in the mold of this. Yeah. Maybe it's just one, maybe the other one's perfectly smooth. Okay, the other one's smoother. It doesn't come up as much. So it looks like I probably have another factory error in this. So what, we're counting three factory errors. This one just basically, this just makes it impossible to shove in. I'll have to cut that down myself. This one though looks smoother, and there we go. Yeah, this one fits all the way in. All right, keep tally. 3 factory errors so far. Oh, maybe 4, count that plastic up there. So, but there we go. He's got this gigantic banana clip type thing. You know, if we're talking about stuff that's supposed to come off his body and like connect into the gun, we should have had like a gigantic ammo belt that we could put on a backpack for him, versus this giant banana clip, and then they're like plug tubes into the back of his head and put it in the gun, because the gun needs his, I don't know, brain juice, his shark airplane brain juice. Makes no sense. Not functional, not very aesthetically pleasing either. This whole thing feels very exaggerated. And on top of the fact that he doesn't hold it with 2 hands, it's more exaggerated to think that he can hold it with 1. Because even if he has robot arms, right? Robot arms makes him strong. He can hold it. Yeah, maybe he can hold the weight, but his legs, his whole body's going to be off balance. You know, it just, yeah, not functional. But whatever. We have the tubes in here, and I'm assuming they're soft and wired because of the way they're rolled up. Yeah, they're like they're not really cord, but they have a very cord-like texture to them. I don't think they have wires in them. I think they're just flexible. So you'll just kind of unwind these and plug them in, and over time they'll kind of stretch out. I'm realizing he has 2 sets of either, which makes me wonder if the second set is supposed to go some... Yeah, he only has 2 ports in the back of the head. So I guess you just keep spares, maybe? I guess that's why there's 2 of each. Unless I'm missing something. Is there anything on the tank head? I don't see any ports on the tank head. So I think they just did give you double, just to be cool. So you get 2 of each, short cord and a long cord. I'm not going to plug them in because I'm probably not going to use them. The other thing we have are these blast effects. We have this one, this is new for sure. This is super dynamic. I dig it. I mean, I haven't been giving this figure incredibly high praise, but I really, really dig this. Very, very angular. This has the feeling of like a quick pop. And there's a certain cartooniness to it, you know, which once again, the whole figure kind of has that, so I'm down for it. I like the colors on this too. A very, very bright, vibrant, like yellow at the center, and I don't know how it's coming off on camera. On camera, it's looking all kind of orange, but you know, maybe if I remove my hand from it, I'm afraid the camera's not going to focus. But as you can see, there's like this yellowish clear, and then it kind of comes out to an almost pinkish orange at the very ends, which I like the pop of color considering how kind of, you know, rust dirt drab the rest of the figure is. Speaking of rust dirt drab, I think they could have worn these pants down. The pants feel a little too clean. The jacket's too shiny, just in general. You know, it's just the material choice, but once again, everything else is so much dirt, and, you know, as you can see, dirt and rust and grime on it. I wish that would have been more reflected on him, both in the paint on his arms and the paint on his clothes. Job for customizer, I guess. In terms of where this one would go from, he has all big explosive type weapons here. I'm not sure. Maybe this would go on the... I guess this could plug into the cannon head, and that would look okay. The explosion tip itself, you know, I mean, this is the explosion out, but like the force of, I guess, what would be the projectile, it's very, very small still. So it feels like a, you know, maybe a very, very powerful, tiny round. I don't know. This feels like maybe like a cartoony sniper more than anything else. So I don't know. I don't feel like these would fit on the, I mean, maybe the minigun. I don't know. We have this blast effect. This one we're all familiar with. This is Mezco's shotgun blast effect here. As far as I can tell, the model hasn't changed. Same kind of coloration throughout the plastic, more of a yellow on top, and it fades to that pinkish orange. Once again, big fan of it. This would make sense. on the tip of the cannon there. I like that there. I like this on the missile launcher, if I can. Where's the port? You know what? This is not long enough to reach the port. How about this one? Also, like, I'm coming short of the, it's pretty deep in there. I'm coming short of this pinhole, which is starting to make me wonder if this pinhole is actually meant to hold a blast. I'm not sure. Let's try this one. Yeah, no. Yeah, I can't reach it. Okay, so, I take it all back about the re-engineering. There's just a hole here. At least these blast effects don't reach it. Maybe you can make your own. I know that this one from the promo images is supposed to go on the tank. If I can... There we go. I think that's pretty cool. That kind of recoiled explosion. However, I don't know why it's totally engulfing over the front, but I think it looks dope. Reminds me almost a little bit like a reverse atom bomb type explosion. It's just got some cool power and color to it, so I dig it. Yeah, overall interesting guy. I can't say I'm incredibly mind blown by him, but I do think for what he is, he's not bad. This is a Mezco exclusive. Factory defects, the mispacking of one of the hands. I don't, those are big gripes for me. I'm not happy to see those, on top of the fact that the package came way late. I think that's disappointing, especially something that's being sold as an exclusive. You'd think, there's extra care in the packaging. You'd hope there'd be extra care in the actual packing of the figure. So that's a little bit unfortunate to see. The accessories, honestly, for me, mediocre at best. I think my favorite thing is probably the hands and the dog tags. The guns, the alt heads, they're cool. I mean, this is creative. This is something. I mean, it's so thick. It feels like it's a kid's toy, honestly. I can't get behind this gun, at least not in its current configuration. So, cool stuff, some not so cool stuff, some decisions made that I totally don't understand. But the reason why I did get this guy is because I wanted to put a turtle head on him. And I kid you not, that is the only reason why I bought him. I mean, cool, I can use parts, there's some other stuff I can recycle. But I saw the collar, and I saw, the robotic head. And I actually have two different versions of this tortoise head here. I have one with a full tortoise neck, which maybe I'll try to replace that. This looks like it goes down pretty far, though, so I don't know if that'll be totally realistic to stick his head on it. But I do have this one without the neck, and this one can sit on there nicely, too. And that's kind of cool. Little turtle head on top of this guy, tortoise head. I got both of these from Paul's Customs. If you don't know who he is, follow him. I'll tag him in some photos whenever I put this whole custom together. But I do want to put a turtle head on him and see how it looks. Probably weather some of this stuff up too. So, yeah, I am excited about that. I think ooh, hold up. I wanted to just see if it would happen for fun. But it looks like the arms are loose enough to take this jacket off, which I think is exciting. Okay, hold on. Some of the fur is stuck in the joint of the arm there. Okay, look at that. We can also take the jacket off, which gives us a better look at the belt and the body. The chest is super big. The torso is very thin. Look at this. Look at this chest to... Look at that. Look at how deep my finger goes. So he has a gigantic chest and a very tiny abs. The whole body's casted in silver. This looks like a standard Mezco buck underneath, though. But I like that they casted it in silver, because they didn't have to. They could have done anything with it. But, for the detail, for the continuity, casted it in silver. I dig that a lot. I still want to get that bicep swivel working. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Put the tortoise head back on him. Come on, that's going to be sick. Give me some time to sand some stuff down, fit it properly. It's going to be so fire. So I guess the only other thing to do is size comparisons. So here I have my Flashpoint Batman. And as you can see, the body is at the very least taller. At the very least, he has bigger legs because his neck goes to like the top of Batman's ears here. So definitely yeah, look at that. Definitely a taller figure. So I was right about my first impression there. I wonder if this will kind of be the buck that the G.I. Joe Roadblock will come on. You know, I'm not sure. I can't really tell if it's all in the legs, but you know, the fact that they have the pinholes here means they either intend to use this body for other figures that might have chest logos, or it is reused. I can't tell off the top. So, but I think the size is mostly from the legs. The legs do look significantly longer, at least with the placement of the pants. Let's find out where the lower joint is somewhere around here, a little bit under the pants. So I think the legs are definitely extended. So he's got some new some new legs in there for sure. Obviously, we have new modeled arms, and these arms are probably longer than standard to fit proportionally. So that is him standing next to my Flashpoint Batman. As you can see, he's a little bit bigger. We have my custom Venom over here. I've had this guy on my desk. And even though he's a bigger Mezco, even without a head, he pales in comparison. But not by much, though, honestly. He stands up pretty nicely. The body's pretty tall, pretty thick. So you can see that there. So I dig. He's an alright figure. Do I regret buying him? Am I happy I got him? I'm undecided yet, honestly. I think there's some very cool engineering stuff. They've re-engineered the joints in here. They did some very smart stuff with the shoulder pads. I like a lot of this molding. I mean, even if I don't care about the shark head, it is very, very nice. There's a lot of detail in it. If we zoom in, as you can see, there's a lot of detail. And so I think on like a very, very technical level for the design of this figure, I think it is a pretty nice showcase, all things considered. You know, it's very smart with the lining of how they did the vest bomber jacket type thing. Very cool engineering in the gears of the tank head. Very, very smart. You know, unnecessary detail, but they did it anyway. So, you know, I applaud them for that. This is garbage, I'll be honest. I have no feelings for it. The hands are cool, great sculpting, great molding. It's unfortunate that I got a mispackage. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, once again, on a technical level, there's a lot of cool stuff. On a design and detail level, I feel like they dropped the ball with this guy. They only have storage for a wrench, and he comes with a ton of other accessories that just have no place on him. So I think that is all just incredibly unfortunate. You know, a bunch of factory defects, bleeding over paint, this peg piece that just makes it impossible for me to put the magazine in the gun. The fact that his knife doesn't have anywhere to go, so I guess he just pulls the knife out of thin air when he wants to use it. Same thing with the grenades. The belt is just too thick, so he can't store the grenades on his belt. Like, I feel like this guy has so much potential because they did a lot of smart stuff with him, and yet they missed the mark in a lot of ways also. So that's just really unfortunate to see. Yeah, I'm gonna touch this. I'm definitely gonna touch this guy up. Put a turtle head on him, and we'll see how he goes. This hand is a little loose here. I just realized that. Okay, there's like 2 steps of plugging this in almost. Yeah, because you see, I can kind of pull it loose, but it won't come off, and it still does all the articulation. But then I can kind of like squeeze it in deeper. Yeah, look at that. If I just kind of rotate it around long enough, it kind of just comes loose. But it won't fall off. So what that means to me is probably this hole in here is not big enough for this joint, and so the pressure of the joint is not actually coming from like the soft plastic, but against the joint or the pressure that this ball peg is putting up against the hand. So a little bit of some maybe faulty engineering in there. Not sure how you'd classify it, but oh, whatever. Cool enough guy. I think Batman Darkest Dawn, definitely cooler than this, you know, Mezco exclusive. In terms of Rumble Society, I reviewed the Tectonic Disruptor Baron Benz. Even though that was just basically a repaint and a recolor, I will say I think Baron Benz holds up a little bit better than this guy. I think Baron Benz had a much more consistent color scheme, a much more consistent theme. I can't really tell where they're going with this guy because it feels like there's a mishmash of good ideas. I think the bomber head in conjunction with the arms and the casted silver is a good idea, but this bomber jacket just really doesn't do it for me. Once again, on a technical level, I think this is very cool. On a design level, I don't vibe with it nearly as much. He's got this really cool tank head. Once again, I think an incredibly creative idea. This kind of oversized head with that, you know, gigantic grinder, you know, metal jaw. I love it. Once again, very creative. I think this should be a separate character, completely away from Hawk, because Hawk is once again named after an airplane. I don't know what a tank has to do with an airplane. So, besides maybe shoot it down. So, weird design choice. This feels like maybe it was a good idea in a meeting room, and when the artists got to it, it kind of fell apart because this feels half-baked to me in a lot of ways. This, just probably poor material choice, but, you know, it's nice to see the rocket launcher come back because I don't think we've had this in a while. So, yeah, plenty of positives, plenty of negatives. I just want to touch this guy up now, honestly. I don't even know why the belt doesn't fit properly. Look at this. I shoved the belt all the way down, and it still wiggles. Like, it's like, one, it's made out of incredibly soft plastic, so it doesn't hold, like, its shape to the body very well. And then two, the body is almost, like, not big enough to apply pressure around it. So it just kind of wants to slide around. I feel like some other belts have definitely been done better by Mezco. You know, Mezco occasionally will even run a string around the belts. I think they did that with Punisher, and maybe I think some of the Gomez figures, as well as they do that sometimes on the holsters to keep them from moving up and down the body. So I think they, you know, probably should have implemented something like this on the belt, and it wouldn't be that difficult. So yeah, definitely some of the problems, if not all the problems plaguing this guy, probably could have been dealt with a little bit more time. I don't know how long this guy was in the planning process. You know, I don't work for Mezco or anything, but yeah, I think a lot of great ideas, a lot of missed opportunities is where I land with this guy. So that is comments from a customizer with Tosh Customs, yours truly. Thank you all for watching. I realize this is a 42-minute video, so I'm going to cut to the chase. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, if you want to see the customs I'm working on, if you want to see when commissions open up again, go to my Instagram page. It is Tosh_Customs. My username is in the description of this video, so go down there. Or if you want a direct link, I have one in the About section of my channel page. I'm also noticing just now as I fiddle with it that this little handguard piece here runs up against the magazine. So you can't have this handguard down technically stored. If the camera will focus, you can't have this handguard stored down all the way if the magazine is in there. Fun little fact. You gotta pull the magazine out before you can fold that down. So once again, yeah, you see it? Like, if I try to plug it in, they're pushing up against each other, and the magazine is actually shoving out to the side because of the force. So, once again, poor design choice. Missed opportunities. Holy cow. Man, I'm going to sell the second one I bought. Holy cow. I bought two. I like buying two in case I like the parts, and I want doubles for other figures, but I don't know if I want doubles of this guy. I'll keep it 100%. I might just throw this on eBay, sell it for 90 bucks plus shipping, you know, just whatever I paid for it, make my money back, get it out. I don't know. I'm going through some buyer's remorse right now. I'll be 100%. I'll keep it a stack with you guys. But yeah, check out my Instagram page. There's a lot going on. I appreciate all the support you give, the likes, the comments. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it's cool if you do. It's cool if you don't. But, you know, I appreciate the support I get from you guys, all the love. So thank you for all of that. I'm glad to finally be back after the whole appendix thing. So, yeah. Interesting way to start my return. But thank you all for watching. This has been the comments from a customizer for the Mezco exclusive Hawk P-40, and I will catch you all later.